Hi everyone. I think that we're live. This was a last, yeah, this is going to be fun. I think you guys will like it. We'll do an official start in just a minute. I just want to let all of you guys know that hopefully you have started and hopefully this video has started. We are going to be doing something really cool today. We are going to be talking about some onlays, marvelous moles onlays. And I will tell you guys more about that in a minute, but I want to let you guys know that if you're new to Cake Foo trainings, welcome. We're glad you're here. And I would like to let you know a little bit how things work. So if you're on the website, hopefully you are, you will be able to see a screen with me in it, and you will be able to see a chat box on the side. And then on the below there should be a comment section. If you cannot see the chat on the side, some people have a hard time, it just won't load for them for some reason. If it doesn't load, you can ask your questions and comments down in that comment section down below. And if you have any questions for me throughout the training, you can go ahead and ask the questions in that little side chat box, and I will keep an eye on that for you. Also, if you are on YouTube, we do have it streaming live through YouTube. So if you are on YouTube, there is a way to chat and comment. Feel free to chat and comment there. I will try to get your comments coming this way through the YouTube and keep an eye on those. And also, there is we are also streaming through Google+. So if you're on Google+, you can go ahead and do the same. Ask your questions, and we will have them streaming. So hopefully, we'll be able to see all of your questions throughout the training. So yeah, I think that's all of the technical stuff that we need to get out of the way. And yeah, I hope you guys enjoy the training today. I think it'll be a lot of fun. Yeah, I think it should be fun. Okay, so I will pause for just a moment, do an official start, and then we will get going. Okay. Hello everybody, welcome to our Cake Foo Masters series. I'm Amelia Carbine, your host. And I am the name and the face, I guess, behind Cake Foo. If you are new to Cake Foo, I guess I can explain a little bit about myself and how this all works. I've been a cake decorator for about 13 years and have loved it. It's been just a ton of fun. I started on accident. I have an aunt that made cakes, and she would work in her kitchen. I was helping with a wedding cake that my sister needed for her wedding, and it ended up that she was doing a piping the Corneli lace type of pattern, and or sodas, I'm not sure, whatever it's called, but the little lines that you pipe that never line up, that kind of thing. She's kind of the old school cake decorator. I worked in buttercream, didn't know anything about fondant. But anyway, I saw her piping that, and she said, or I said, hey, I do that. So I do that piping on, or not piping, I do that in drawing on paper whenever I am bored in science or math or whatever. And so she said, oh, well, then grab a piping bag and help me. And I was just, I know. But, I, being, I guess, brave, knowing I have a little bit of artsy, talent, I thought, I guess I can try this. And so I grabbed a bag and I piped the top tier of my sister's wedding cake. And so that was the first time I ever decorated a cake. And from there I was hooked. It was so much fun. It was just, something I really wanted to do. So I didn't have access to all of the, cool stuff we have here on, on YouTube and Facebook and all that kind of stuff. That just wasn't around when I started. So I've had to, read as much as I could, practice as much as I could. I took a few of the, local cake decorating classes, and yeah, it was all, then I taught the cake decorating classes, and then I moved on from that onto, other things. So I guess my biggest accomplishments in cake are the competitions that I've done. So I've competed in a Oklahoma State Sugar Art Show twice, and it was 2 years back to back. And the first year I took third runner-up, and the second year I took fourth runner-up. And that was really pretty exciting. I had never really done much like competing before that, and it was just kind of like, wow, this is so cool. I felt like, I kind of have a name for myself now because of, being able to place so well. And I also had the chance to do TLC's Ultimate Cake Off, which was a lot of fun. A lot of people, you have both sides of, the cake decorators that really hated it and the cake decorators that really loved it. And myself personally, I loved it. I thought it was great. Anybody that gets the opportunity, I would say do it if you have the means. It is not it's not something that you take. It costs a lot of money, and there's not a lot of competition. And do not go into it thinking that you're going to do this and winning is what will pay your bills, because you may not win. You never know. And so, yeah, just only do it if you can afford it. And if you love it, it'll help you to get a name out there for yourself and, promote yourself. So don't think of it as a free way of promoting yourself.
Need it.
Okay, I'm sorry, guys. Apparently, we're having a technical issue with the sound.
I'm gonna go check and see if it's any better.
Hopefully that works. We'll have Bobby checking on the sound in just a minute, and he'll let me know. I apologize for that. I hate that terrible noise. Hopefully that helps. And Bobby will let me know if it does. There's a little bit of a lag, so we're going to have to wait just a minute to see if that actually did help. Hopefully it did. Sorry about this, guys. Turn this. If that doesn't work, then I have a fix for it. We'll see. We're good? Okay. All right, we're good. I really apologize for that, you guys. Okay, so back to, I guess we're done talking about me. I talked enough. Okay, so today we are going to be talking about Marvelous Molds. And Marvelous Molds is a really great company. They sell onlays and other molds, things like that. They are really, really great. Really high quality, really amazing. I have seen some knockoffs out there, and I do have to say that Number one, I really don't like that they're matching exactly what Marvelous Molds is doing. Hopefully, I would hope that Marvelous Molds is taking legal action on that. Otherwise, I mean, I would assume that they just can't be as good a quality because these are absolutely amazing. So this is a Marvelous Mold right here, Onlay, Marvelous Molds Onlays. And these are some of the new patterns that they have. They released the Onlays about a year ago, year and a half ago, and they have been so amazing. They have really cool, really modern designs. And I'm going to give you guys a link here. Sorry, I don't have it up quite yet. Okay. Anyway, while I'm talking, I think that I can explain this, hopefully. Or while I'm, putting up the link. So this right here is the Marvelous Mold. New patterns, new designs. They're really awesome. I would totally recommend them. They have all kinds. They've got just little borders. They have things like that that are just thin. These are they have chevron. They have the argyle. Houndstooth is the word I was going for. But a whole bunch of really cool different designs. And so I would totally, definitely, absolutely recommend these. I'm going to put up an image here. Okay. Hopefully you can see that. It is www.cakefood.com/marvelous molds. And I will have Bobby put that up in the link so that you can just click on over. Otherwise, there we go. Yeah, that's better. Marvelous Molds, or cakefood.com/marvelous molds. That is the link to get to the website where they are selling their molds, which is really awesome. And if you type in the code, there's a promo code. I have to figure out what the promo code. I'll let you know in just a minute. The promo code is coming, but the promo code will actually get you get you a discount. And at checkout, you will get a discount on the Marvelous Mold Onlays that you buy. And I think it might be anything in the store. But it's only for a limited time. It's only today. So you have to go and take advantage of that. So the CakeFoo, or the code is CakeFoo15. And it will be a 15% discount on any silicone onlay for today. Okay, so that's the deal. So any silicone onlay, there are so many of them, and they are so amazing, and I just want them all. I bought a few, but I want them all. So yeah, this is just a great deal. Marvelous Molds doesn't do sales very often, so I would definitely go and take advantage of that, and go check out all the different designs. We're going to be working with 2 different designs today. For those of you that have already seen how the onlays work, this isn't going to be just some, boring here, this is how you do it kind of training. I actually want to show you guys something really cool and kind of a unique new way to use the onlays. And I hope you guys like it. I think it's really cool. So I guess we'll go ahead and get started on that. Oh, and we are doing a giveaway. So you need to go and enter the giveaway. Make sure you're doing that. And let's see, the giveaway. Let me find that. We'll have that up in just a minute for you. Okay, so yeah, information on that giveaway in just a minute. We'll get you that. Okay, so I'm going to switch camera angles here really fast, and we are going to do a little demonstration here. So let's see. I think we have the. It's a really long link. Hang on a minute. We're going to shorten that. Okay. I'll probably shorten that link for you guys so that you can get on and enter for the giveaway. We will be doing the giveaway at the end of this training, so make sure you're listening and here at the end. Okay, so a little bit about these molds before we get started. I'm going to show you guys here. Hope you guys can see this. I'm going to turn on this other angle. Hopefully you can see that. Okay. There is a little bit of a glare. I'm going to do something really fast. Okay. There. Okay, that's much better. All right, so here we have our onlays. The one thing that is really cool about these onlays is that they are perfect dimensions. They are made so that when you put it on any cake that is the diameter in increments of 2 inches, so like a 6-inch, an 8-inch, a 10-inch, it will actually fit around perfectly. So like a 6-inch, you would need 3 of these onlay sections to go around one cake. If it was an 8-inch, you need 4, 10-inch, 5, and so on and so forth. So, and it's 4 inches tall, so it fits perfectly on a 4-inch tall cake. So I've got here an 8-inch cake, so we would need 4 of these to go around. I'm not going to do 4 exact ones today because I want to do some fun things. So we're going to kind of have a hodgepodge, mismatched kind of a thing going on here. Hopefully you guys, there we go. That should work for us. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to take a little bit of fondant and roll it out. The fondant that you're going to use, you want to have it nice and firm. You don't want a really soft fondant because it might stick into your onlay. You don't want that to happen. So what you're going to do is you either take some, a little bit of Tylose powder and add the Tylose powder and knead it in, which I've already done, or you can take some gum paste and mix part gum paste, part Tylose, and that will get you your consistency that you need. So if you can see, it's not just a really thin, flimsy fondant. It's substantial. It's got enough to it. Usually when I work with fondant, I will use a shortening instead of or along with my powder. But today I'm only using the powder. I'm not going to use any shortening. And the reason why is because the shortening can make it stick into the onlays. So when you first get your onlays, when you order them, they come in, you're going to want to season them. So I hope you guys can see this. Maybe I'll move this down a little bit. Or maybe I won't. It's kind of stuck there. Hopefully you guys can see that. All right, so what you're going to do is take just a dusting puff. They have dusting puffs you can purchase at your local craft store, or just take a nylon and fill it with, it could be either powdered sugar or you could use cornstarch. I prefer cornstarch. It seems to be less sticky that way. So what you do is you just take it and you kind of just tap it inside. And don't worry about getting too much powder in there right now, because what we're going to do is we're going to take it, we're going to kind of knock it around a little bit, make sure that it's covered completely. If you see some spots that might need a little bit more, go ahead and put in a little bit more. Okay. And then you're going to take your excess and you're just going to dump it out. So I'm going to do that right here, so it's out of the way. And I'm just going to kind of tap it on the counter, and then you'll be able to see that, it's such a thin, you can't really see very much. It's just made it a lighter color is all. So there you go. That's what you want. All right. So now that it's seasoned, I'm going to season both of them. I should have shown you the color difference between the two once they're seasoned. Okay, so here we go. Knock that out. Chef Dominic is the one who kind of invented these onlays, and the way that he explains it is you want just a molecule surface of the powder on your onlay, so that, I mean, you don't want to see any of the major, clumps or whatever of the powder. You just want just a really, really thin coating. If you get too much in there, it's going to cause a problem because it will end up clumping up in there, and when you put your fondant in, it'll create a gap, and you won't get a nice finish. Okay, so now that we have that, we're going to take our fondant and we're going to roll this out, and I'm going to use a pasta roller here. You can see that pasta roller. The pasta roller helps a lot in doing onlays. The reason why is because if you roll it out too thick, it's not going to, these designs in here actually cut through the fondant. And if you have it too thick, it's not going to cut through the fondant properly, and you're going to run into problems. So that's why I highly recommend using a pasta roller. Okay, so what we're going to do is we're going to set it on the highest setting, the whitest setting. Really, when you do this, let me switch back here. I think that might give you a better view of what's going on here. You see that? Okay, so we're going to set it on the highest setting, the whitest, because that's what we want to be able to accomplish. We roll it out just a little bit, then roll it through the highest setting. Some pasta rollers start with the highest, or the lowest number is the widest. Some of them start with the highest number is the widest. So you kind of just have to figure out what your pasta machine does. I believe that the KitchenAid starts out on a 1 is the widest, and then it goes up in number the thinner it gets. And that's for the KitchenAid pasta attachment, which I need to invest in, I think. So then I've taken it down one setting. There we go. And I'm going to take it down another setting, and we're just rolling it out until it is thin enough that it's going to be able to fit in the mold and cut. Some rollers you can stop there. Some pasta rollers you can stop right there, and it will be thin enough. This one, it tends to be a little bit on the not quite there. It's a little bit on the thick side, so I'm taking it down to a 4 on mine. So we're going to roll it through on a 4, and we're going to do it one more time. Once you get to the setting, the size that you want it to be, I recommend rolling it through twice. That will help you to make sure that everything is nice and even, and stretch everything out just so. If it starts to stick while you're rolling it out, take your dusting puff and add more to your surface here. Okay, but mine is not sticky at all. I have some food coloring still in there. Okay, so mine is not sticky at all, so I am good to go. You want to make sure that it's the width that you need it to be to fit within there, within the mold, and that works just great. So we're just going to kind of cut those off. Okay, so I'll show you the way that you can tell that it is thin enough is if you take your fondant and kind of line it up on the side here you can see if the fondant comes above that ridge, then it's not thin enough. If it is really, really super thin, you may have a hard time with it, but I'd err on the side of thin than too thick. So that's how you can tell by whatever your pasta roller or by hand accomplishes. The problem with doing it by hand is you just don't get the right, you don't get an even thickness as much as you should. So, oh, I've got powdered sugar all over me. Or, yeah, cornstarch. All right, so now that we have our fondant all rolled out, all ready to go, we're just going to set it down on the onlay. Okay, and then we're going to press down a little bit just to make sure it stays in place. And you can see that you can already see a little bit of the imaging showing through. And that's a good thing. So we're just going to press that down a little bit, and then we're going to take a rolling pin, and we're going to just start working that so that the rolling pin and the onlay together will cut through the fondant. You don't want to go back and forth, back and forth, back and forth. You want to get small, kind of wiggly motions. If you do extreme back and forth, you're going to end up cutting it multiple times in multiple places, and you really don't want that. Okay, I think, here, let me check something really fast. I think we have our giveaway link. Let me throw that up there for you. Okay, this is the link to enter the giveaway. Make sure you do that. Okay, it is www.cakefood.com/onlay, and that will take you to where you need to go to enter the giveaway. And we will be picking a winner at the end, so make sure that you get it in right now. Don't miss out on your chance to win some awesome onlays. Okay, so if you look at it now, not only do you see the image through it, but you see the actual color of the onlay showing through. So this is the way that you want it to look. You want to be able to see all the lighter green, through there. And that's how you know that it's ready. So we're going to go ahead and we're going to pull this out here. All right. And, I was going to show you the other one first. Decisions. All right. You know what? We'll just show you this one and all three of them. So what you do next, for a traditional onlay, what you're going to do is you're going to take a paintbrush. You see my paintbrush? It's in the dark. Paintbrush. And this one is just a makeup brush from the makeup department. And it's a really kind of nifty little brush. And this is a blush brush, so it'll get a good coverage. And then we're going to dip this in a bowl. It has about 2 parts or 3 parts, 3 or 4 parts corn syrup to 1 part water. So I didn't do any real specific measuring. I just put in some corn syrup, and I added just a little bit of water and mixed it until it was just kind of a really thin, watery consistency. You don't want anything like a really solid consistency, because then you're going to start causing problems and tearing away at things. So we're just going to take our brush, dip it in the corn syrup mixture, and we're just going to paint all of the onlay. We're just going to cover the whole thing. Okay. And once that's covered, then we get to do the fun part. Okay. This takes a minute. Again, make sure you enter the giveaway. Okay. There we go. All right, so that should have a pretty good coverage. You want to make sure, if you're doing it this way, that you want to get everything nice and covered. Whatever you don't cover is not going to stick. And it's not like just a typical piece of fondant that you're going to stick on a cake. We're going to pull away some of this, and there will be parts missing. And if you don't have that one part connected to this other part, you could have things falling apart everywhere. Okay, so what we're going to do now is we're going to start taking out little bits and pieces of this. I'll try and move it closer so you guys can see. So you can pick and choose whatever you want to take out, and whatever you take out is going to give a different design. So I'm going to come in here and I'm going to take out this one, just like that, and this one, and this one is a very geometric pattern, so typically if you do that to one, you need to do it to all of it. And the other ones I'm going to take out are these little long strings right here. So that's the pattern that I'm going to go for today. So we're going to take out, again, the middle size. I'll hurry and do that for you. And you can use a knife, you can use a toothpick, whatever you need to get in there. The thing is, the reason why you want to make sure that your fondant is thin enough is when this starts happening, when you start taking out parts here, it's going to cause some problems if you haven't cut through everything. It's going to start making a big mess. You're going to have parts pulling away and that shouldn't be. You're going to have, it's just not going to be a nice, clean, just pull away kind of a thing. And that's what we were going for. We want this to be easy. So I highly recommend that if you're going to invest in these molds, that you invest in pasta roller, if you don't already have one. All right, so, and you want to make sure that you have a rag handy because it gets kind of sticky with that corn syrup. So I got a rag right here. Okay, so then, now that we have this design already, look at how cool that's going to be. I should have done a green cake. That just looks really cool. But it'll be cool with white on green, or green on white. So what you can do with these onlays is you can just kind of stretch them. Because it's silicone, it's stretchy. And you can just pull, oops, and stretch. And that kind of loosens everything up a little bit. Okay? So once you've stretched it and done all that, then we're going to take our cake and we're going to set it on the cake. I'm just going to kind of lay it on there, and you want to kind of work it on and smooth it on. So you want to make sure you can feel the, the grooves and everything. Just kind of rub those grooves. Make sure everything is sticking on all parts of it. And once that is nice and stuck, then you can start pulling away. Okay, I think that's good. So we'll take this now, and you can see, oh, there's one piece I didn't get stuck down. You want to pull away kind of carefully with this one. This one's pretty intricate. It's not your easy design that like a stripe or a oh, what's it called? The chevron, those kinds of things. They're going to come out a lot easier than this kind of a design because this one is a little bit more intricate. But intricate is cool, right? So that's what we're going to do here. Isn't that so cool? Look at how cool that is, guys. That gives just such a cool, nice, clean, geometric look. I am in love with it. I had to have this. when I saw they came out, I was just like, oh my goodness, I am getting that. Whoops. And I let it fall. Don't let it fall. And I had a little piece that fell off here. We'll stick it right back. There we go. So look at how cool that is. Awesome. Okay, so now that we have that, I'm going to show you guys something fun and different to do with it. Oh, I got a bubble in my cake. Oh well. All right, something fun and different. We are going to make them three-dimensional. These onlays. Takes a little bit more effort to get them exact and stuck onto the cake, really. That's the biggest that's the biggest issue, is getting it stuck onto the cake. Okay, so we've got our thing here. I need to dust it a little bit. Okay, just make sure both sides are not sticky. I'm going to, again, move our attachment up to size 7. Go a little bit smaller. And smaller. And like I said, most people can get away with just moving down twice on their pasta machine. It really depends on your pasta machine. But I'm going down one more because I know that I start having problems with it if I haven't done one more smaller. Okay. All right. My dusting puff mess right there. Okay. So there we have it. You can trim it down if you want. You don't have to. I just kind of like to work with a little bit cleaner surface here. And all these little pieces and bits and pieces right here that have the I keep wanting to say piping gel. It's not piping gel. It's the corn syrup. But all of these parts that have the corn syrup on it, you can actually knead that back in and reuse it. It's nothing wrong with that. Okay, so we're going to take our onlay again. It's already, we've used it once. We really don't need to put the cornstarch back in here and do the puff thing again. It really is just fine. There's no real need for that. Okay, so we're going to set it on there again, press it down again, same method. I'm just going to do like that and start rolling with your rolling pin. This is the part right here where you really want to make sure that you get it right. Again, don't push too hard and roll too far back and forth. Otherwise, you're going to end up with it'll be a mess. It'll have double cuts. It just won't be what you want it to be. And keep going until you see that it's cut all the way through. It makes it a lot more difficult if you don't. Okay, so here we go. Oh, I need to explain these little holes and stuff here. So you can see that the onlay has this little thing right here and this little guy right here. So basically what that's for, it's really, really cool. It helps you to guide where you are supposed to be putting your next row of onlays. I'm not going to put anything sticky on here because I don't want it to stay. But basically you can see through to this image, and you want to be able to see the green part of your last little row here, and that's how you will line everything up. You can see through those little holes and see everything, and that lines everything up so that you get a nice, perfect, onlay all the way around. Okay, so with this one, we're going to do something a little different here, and we're not going to, throw that in there, we're not going to paint everything like we did last time. We're going to do this, it's a little bit more challenging because you have to get, You have to work it a little bit more when you're putting it on the cake at getting it out of the onlay, but it's totally worth it. It's going to be so cool. All right, so this one, I've got two different ways of making this three-dimensional, and it gives a totally different effect both times. So what I'm going to do with this one is I'm going to paint, let me hold it up for you. I'm going to paint where there's this middle design. I'm going to paint the bottom part of that. It's kind of upside down for you guys. Here, I'll turn it the right way. Okay, so I'm going to paint the bottom part of that, and I'm going to paint the top and bottom of the next one, just like that. Don't paint the top part. And then we're going to paint all of the middle part of this next one. Okay? And we're not going to paint this one. If you do get some paint in there, it's okay, because we're just going to remove that part. Okay? So again, bottom part. Oh, on the edges, you actually need to paint the top and the bottom, you know, all the way. Otherwise, you end up with pieces that are flopping all over the place. Okay, so you paint all the way across, all the way across. Okay, paint all the way across. And you'll do that to the top and the bottom because you don't want to have, you know, pieces flopping around. You want it to stick down. Okay, but then down here, do this one, and we'll paint along the bottom here. All right. So same pattern all the way through. Because it's geometric, we want the same thing all the way through. So every time you have this little middle part, you're just going to paint the bottom half, and then you can just kind of paint all the way down until you get to the next middle part. That makes sense. Okay. So you can pick and choose wherever you want to put your glue. You can put it wherever you want, but just know that wherever you put it, that's where it's going to stick. Okay? And I'm going to go ahead and put this down so I can paint it faster, so I'm not boring you guys to tears. Okay. Again, just paint. And if you think about it, you know, you can figure out what parts you want to glue down, what parts you don't. Depending on your design, you can do this with every design. You can, like this one right here, you've got the little leaves. You could just glue the bottom part of the leaves and have kind of a leaf pattern that's kind of sticking out in three-dimensional. Or you could paint the wide part, the rounded part of the design, and you can have little points that are sticking out everywhere. It's kind of a fun, you know, just kind of fun. All right, so I've got all of that painted. So now I'm going to come through here. Everywhere where I have these little strips, I'm going to pull them out. But everything else I'm leaving behind. Everything else stays. Okay, so what we have here is just that. And so I pulled out these little lines, and part of it's glued, part of it's not. I don't know if you can see the shininess of what is glued and what is not glued, but you'll be able to see it once we add it to the cake. Okay, so I'm not going to line it up because I want it to be separate from the other part because it's a different design. All right, so again, press down, make sure you have it all, you know, good on there. And this time it's going to be a little bit more difficult to pull it away because there are parts that are intentionally not glued, so they're going to want to stay inside of the onlay. So what we're going to do is we're going to really carefully start pulling away, making sure that we're peeling away the parts that wouldn't really like to come out because they're stuck in, yeah. But it's kind of the same process, just to make sure that it comes out. See, these parts right here really want to pull away because they're not glued, so they just want to come out, or they want to stay. They don't want to come out. Okay, there we go. Get it all stuck down. If you're having a problem getting them out, I guess you could use like a toothpick or a knife. I would suggest a knife to get it out. But it's really not a problem with these silicone onlays. It should just come out. You shouldn't have to work at it. If it does stick like that and it's not coming out and you need to use a knife to get it out, that means you've either seasoned your onlay wrong, not well enough, or your fondant is too sticky, or too soft. Okay, there we go. Just about there. Okay, that one apparently didn't get glued well. Okay, we're just going to do those ones and we'll just pull out this part. Okay, because we need to do this. Okay, stick that back in there if I can. Okay, and I see that there's a part right here that I wanted to have glued down that isn't. I don't know if you can see that right there. And it's kind of just hanging there. I'm just going to glue that back in. That easy. Okay, so now I'm going to come back through here, and with a knife or a blade of some sort, I'm going to come and I'm going to take all the center parts and I'm going to just kind of fold them down, because those parts are not glued. I kind of want them to have some dimension. I think it's really a cool effect. Can you see that? How it's just kind of hanging down and doing something cool. Okay. All right, so there we go. We've got that part done. Now I'm going to come back through. And I'm going to take all of these, let's stick that down. Take all of these middle parts and I'm going to pull them out and away and kind of forward a little bit. You can see, and I'm pulling them out a little bit, stretching them a little bit. You see that? I'm stretching it and pulling it. And same with the next layer. I'm going to do the same thing. I'm going to kind of just pull it out and away. I kind of like to have this middle layer sticking out further and the back layer kind of going out that way. So sticking out this way and the outer layer going out that way. So there you go. Kind of fun, huh? Just something different, something that, you know, not everybody's going to be doing with their onlays. And I really do love the, you know, the geometric, you know, just straight on the cake kind of thing. It's really cool. So, I mean, just multiple uses for one onlay. Okay, can you see that? How now it's just a really fun three-dimensional design. You can see that, how it's sticking out. Okay, so basically it was just taking the middle and folding it down, or the center, I mean. The center, folding it down, taking the middle and pulling it outwards and away a little bit, and then taking the outer one and kind of pulling it, tugging it outwards and out a little bit. Okay? There you go. So that one will take a little bit of time, but the effect is really cool and totally worth it in the end. So I'm not going to finish that. I need to, keep moving. We're running out of time. And the last one I'm going to show you is kind of the same. It's the same onlay, same design, but it's going to be a little bit different from that. And it's still going to be the three-dimensional. Oh, hurry. Okay, so again, round 7, roll it really fast. Now you guys can see how fast you can actually do this, right? Okay, 5, what that was for. 5. And it's starting to stick a little bit. Just kind of rub it down with a little bit of butter sugar. Go on to 4. Roll it through twice. Okay, here we go. We have a design for our piece here. And we're going to put it in our design here. It's a little bit short. Okay. And did you guys make sure that you entered the giveaway? Because I think we're running out of time for the giveaway. Make sure that you enter. It's this link right here at the bottom of the screen. And I will pull up again the link that you guys can go to check out the Marvelous Molds and to get a discount, which is so super cool. We love discounts. Okay. We're going to put that in here. All right, so there you go. There's the link to be able to go and check out all the different cool onlays. And you guys, now that you know that you can make this three-dimensional, you can go in there and start looking at things and thinking, ooh, that would do that, and that would do that. Ooh, that would be cool. So I actually saw somebody recently that actually made a shoe out of, a sugar shoe using these onlays, and it had just holes in the sides of the shoe based on the design that she used. It was so cool. It was so cool. All right, so here we go. That's stuck like that. Okay. All right, so what we're going to do this time, and I'll try and hurry you through this one. We're going to leave everything in this time, but we're not going to glue it all. We're going to glue just right through the middle of the center, horizontally. See that? Horizontally. And then we're going to glue down the bottom of the top of the middle one. And then we're going to glue the connecting part of the outer. Okay? So it's a little bit different this time. Instead of gluing the bottom half of that middle, we're just gluing the very center of it. Okay? And then we are going to paint that one little stripe part, because we do want that to stay on the cake. Oh, I got a brush on there. Okay, you guys can see that. See what I'm doing here? So we're being very intentional about where we're painting. And again, I will hurry and get through this part for you so you can see the end result. Hopefully I can get it done fast enough because we are running out of time. Okay. And a stripe through the middle. Now, I'm not going to do the whole thing. I'm going to do enough that you guys can see the pattern. And then we'll call it good. Okay, so You kind of have to remember where it is you want to paint, where it is you don't want to paint. Because if you paint the wrong part, it's going to stick down, and you don't really want that. Okay. All right, so that's all we're going to do. We're going to do that part, and then we'll stick it on. You know, I may just go through here and pull out that part, so I know that's where we're ending. All right, again, if you feel like it might stick in there, go ahead and stretch it, pull it, loosen everything up. And we're just going to take our cake now, and we're going to set it on. Same deal. You want to make sure it sticks down, especially top and bottom. That's the biggest deal, it's top and bottom. Because they've got little bits and pieces that, you know, don't like to stay. In this one, anyway. Okay, so now we're going to take this and we're going to start pulling away, as usual. So we're using one onlay 3 different ways. Isn't that cool that you can do so many different things with just one onlay? So, you know, a lot of people will think, oh, I'm not going to buy those because, you know, you only get one design with each, you know, with each different onlay. But here, you've got so many different uses for just one product. Okay. Again, make sure you're getting it all pulled out. Don't pull too fast or too hard. Remember where it is you want things to stick and make sure they get touched down. Okay. And this is our last little bit. Oh, yeah, we don't need to do that part. Okay, so there we have this one. Make sure it's, you know, stuck down where we want it to stick down. And then what we're going to do, something really fun and cool, is we're going to come in here and we're going to take our middle part here and we're going to kind of crease it together. And you will need to glue that down. And do that with all of them, all of your centers. Okay. You guys can see that? I'm just taking those centers and kind of making them into a point. Kind of like a beak, in a way. Okay. There's another really cool design that I can show you guys, but I'll post that later on. Maybe on my blog, I will show you some other fun designs with the same thing, the same onlay. Okay, so then we're going to leave the middle part alone, and we're going to take this the outer part that's still connected, and we're going to take that and we're going to pull, and we're going to connect it together. We're going to glue those together at the point. Ah, my fingers are sticky, sticky. Okay. Wash them off. Okay. So there we go. We're going to glue them together like that. Okay, so we're going to do that all the way around. All right, just about done here. And in just a minute, we will do our giveaway. Again, remember, when you go on, follow this website, cakefood.com/marvelousmolds. That will take you to the Marvelous Molds website, and you can get a 15% discount on, at the checkout on any onlay any Marvelous Molds Onlay. If you type in, I believe, CakeFoo15 was our little promo code. CakeFoo15. That's right. It was all caps, that little promo code thing that we got, so it might matter. Type CakeFoo in all caps. And yeah, hope you guys enjoy your Onlays because they're awesome. Okay, so there we go. There's a fun, different kind of design that you can do too. And so, I mean, there's so many different things that you can do with these Onlays. Once you start going 3-dimension, there's sky's the limit. You can do so much. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed the training and my different ideas on how to do some Onlays. And I'll show you one more time. So here is just the very basic, which is, I mean, for basic, it's amazing. It's very geometric, very clean, very awesome. And then we have, kind of a stand away, cool design where we've got the center coming down, middle going forward, and the sides going out. It's got little gaps. It's really cool. And then we have this one that has, just the centers are kind of these cool, I don't know, kind of Art Deco kind of style. I just really think it's cool. I think this would be awesome in gold. That would just be awesome, wouldn't it? Okay, so there you go, guys. For those of you that are new and are not subscribed to CakeFoo, I highly recommend that you go over to our website, cakefoo.com, and sign up for the email list, and you will be informed every time we have a CakeFoo training, or anytime that we realize that there is some kind of a, discount or something cool going on news-wise in the cake world. So just make sure that you go and you do that and subscribe to CakeFoo so that you guys can just, I like to share a lot of information. We have a lot of amazing cake decorators that come on and do trainings with us and teach. And it's just a really great community, a lot of really great people, a lot of really fun stuff going on here. So yeah, cakefoo.com, and there's a little spot where you can opt into our emails. It's really great. And again, make sure that you go in and you take advantage of this discount and get yourself some Marvelous Molds. They are amazing. They are just, it's a fast way, easy way, and a beautiful way to cover a cake. And I highly recommend all of them to you. You need them because it's going to really affect the way that your cakes look in the end. You really want to have a beautiful cake, and these Onlays do a really great job of that. There's custom work that you can do. It takes a lot of time. This stuff is fairly easy and simple, and just it takes a lot less time. Highly recommend. Highly. Okay, so that is all for today. Thank you guys so much for coming on and joining us. Oh, we have to pick our winner. Hang tight for just a minute. We will pick a winner here. I think that we may already have a winner picked. All right. Sorry for this. I can't type and talk at the same time. I'm really sorry. All right. Okay, so there we go. It'll take just a second. In just a minute. Okay, so anyway, in the meantime, yeah, if you go over to the website, maybe I'll pull up the website and show you guys some of the really cool designs while we're waiting for the winner to be chosen. And let's see. Just going to go. This is the Marvelous Molds website if you haven't already gone and looked. It is really cool. So here we go, silicone onlay. See some of these designs, and oh yeah, you can do different colors. These are, I mean, it's so cool. You can do multiple colors. There are videos on how to do that here on the Marvelous Molds website, and you know, I may just have to do some of those too. So we'll click on here, and it will show us some of the different onlays that they have. I mean, I believe that these are the new molds right here. They're super, super cool. I love the polka dot one is one of my absolute favorites. The houndstooth, definitely one of my favorites. I am just such a sucker for houndstooth. Yeah, the leopard prints, really cool. Yeah, there are just some really, really cool designs. The older ones too are just really cool. I love the ribbon onlays, the ones that you can do borders with, or you know, things like that. They're just so yeah, they're so cool. And like I said, these are totally just modern. They are exactly what's trending today, and you will use them. I can guarantee it. I know I've done a houndstooth pattern before where I had to airbrush it on, and I just wish, oh man, I wish I had that at the time. You know, I wish I had this Marvelous Molds houndstooth. I wish it had come out at that point. So, okay, looks like we have a winner. Okay, so our winner is Stacy, I know I'm going to slaughter your last name. I know I'm friends with you on Facebook, but I'm sorry, I'm going to slaughter your name. Stacy Urbina, or Urbina? I'm sorry. Anyway, Stacy, you win. So congratulations. For those of you that didn't win, again, go ahead and take advantage of that offer. It is a really great sale, and one that you don't see all the time with Marvelous Molds, because I mean, they're so popular and they're so trendy that they don't need to put them on sale. So, so yeah, go ahead and take advantage of that. I hope you guys enjoyed the training today, and I hope you join us for many more. We have some really fun ones coming up really soon here. I'm really excited about them. So join us again. Thank you so much. Have a good day.